Hey, this is Paul Fincher, and I'm going to show you how to use the Confirm app. So I'm on an iPhone. The first thing I want to do is I want to log in to my browser. So I've got Chrome and Safari. I'm just going to use Safari. And the first thing you want to do is you want to go to the website confirm.kpdd.com. Once you hit that, you're going to get a screen that looks just like this. Now, this is really important. You want to save this to your home screen like an app so it will behave like an app. And to do that, you need to share it. And you can see at the bottom middle of my screen, I've got the square with the up arrow. And I'm in Safari. If you're in Chrome, then it'll probably be at the top right-hand corner of your screen under your battery bar. But if I click that button and I scroll down here, I'm going to have Add to Home Screen as an option. So I'm going to just go ahead and do that. It's going to ask me what I want to name it, make sure that it's pointed at the right address, which all should be correct. You ought to be able to just click Add. And now on the bottom right-hand corner of my screen, you can see I've got the Confirm app on my phone. So I'm going to go ahead and click that button. And I'm at my login screen now. So there's two ways to log in. You can log in with an email address as long as it's Google email address, Gmail, or you can log in with a phone number. Now this phone number or Gmail address will need to be the phone number or Gmail address that you have associated with your board membership. We've basically taken the CBOR roster, the East Alabama roster, and the LCAR roster, and we've combined them into like a master roster of agents. And so that's how you would get access to this. So you'll need to use your phone number or email address that you have on file with those boards. So I'm going to log in with SMS just so you can see how that works. I'm going to type in my phone number. This is the phone number that all the boards have on file for me. I'm going to click verify, and it's going to send me a text message. You won't see that text message because I'm on a demo phone, but the number that it's given me is right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and confirm that number, and it should let me in. So when you first log in, what you're going to want to do is read through this end-user licensing agreement. It's essentially all the legalese, but long story short, we're not sharing this data. We're not even really looking at the granular data, but we do need to have you sign this. It also states that you have to be an actively licensed real estate agent in good standing to be able to use this app. Now, the first thing you'll see here, I'm on my dashboard, is that the brokerage is missing. You need to go ahead and fill that in. And the reason you need to fill that in is we've created a short-term buyer brokerage agreement that is basically just modeled after the language that's in a non-exclusive brokerage agreement on the Georgia Association forms. And your brokerage that you type in here is what's going to pop up at the bottom of the page is the broker who's listed on the broker side of that form. So I'm going to click submit, and now I'm at my dashboard. So there's basically two types of requests that you can do. The first one is a request of the listing agent that you're going to make to the listing agent that will allow you to confirm the offer of buyer agent compensation on a particular property. So I'm going to show you how to do that one first. The other type is to confirm agency with an agent. So I'm going to go ahead and click the confirm compensation. Again, this is going to go to a listing agent. And when you click the address bar, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to start typing in an address, and it's not going to allow me to do that. And I'm going to show you why. The reason it didn't allow me is because I don't have location settings turned on. So I'm just going to jump over here real quick, and I'm going to go to my location settings. Here, I'm going to find it here. Oh, here it is. And I'm going to turn location on. And I need to let Safari, which is the app that I'm going to use my location in order to do that. So if you have that error, then that should remedy that. So let's jump back over here to confirm. I'm just going to refresh, knock that out, close that out. Let's try it again. So I'm going to type in my, you can see it works now. I'm going to type in my personal home address, and I'm going to just pretend like this is a listing and that some guy named Paul List is the listing agent. So I'm going to send this to Paul, the listing agent, and his number in this case is 256-4400. Two things are going to happen. The first thing that's going to happen is you're going to see that the request is on your dashboard now as a pending request. You're also going to get a notification that the listing agent has received a text requesting that they would confirm the buyer compensation or the buyer agent compensation. So now I'm just going to put my listing agent hat on, and this is basically what you're going to see if you're the listing agent or you're sending it to a listing agent. This is what they're going to see. Notice the bottom text here that Paul Fincher is requesting confirmation for 2701 Hoodie Hudson Road, and the listing agent will have 24 hours from the time of the request to fill this out. So they'll click the link, and then they're going to have this this page here where it says, please confirm the buyer side compensation being offered. And I'm just going to put in 3% here because that's what I would do. And I'm going to click confirm. And now I know that the agent that's requested this has been, they'll receive a notification that's been confirmed. So let's put my buying agent hat back on. I'm going to jump back into the confirm app. And I'm just going to pull down to refresh. I'm going to have to do that a couple times. And then you can see right there, the 2701 Hoodie Hudson Road has been confirmed, and it tells me the compensation, the buyer side compensation amount. If I click the button, you can see when it was confirmed, and it's got all the, IP address and all that stuff in case you needed to confirm that in any more detail. So that's how you do the listing side confirmation. That will stay there until I delete it. Now, the other type of request is a agency request. Now, this would be used in a situation where you're showing a property or you're being requested to show a property, and you need to have that written agreement that the NAR settlement's going to require in order to show the property. Now, I'm just going to tell you, this is not a very robust brokerage agreement. It's non-exclusive. It only lasts for 14 days. It does not obligate the buyer to pay the buying agent. This is merely a means to make sure that we're compliant with the settlement, in the hopes that at some point after that first showing, you're going to have a real buyer brokerage consultation and get them into a more sort of long-term and exclusive buyer brokerage agreement. But certainly check with your broker on kind of what the best practice for that would be. So I'm going to put in the buyer's phone number here, and ironically, it's the same number as the listing agent. So 256-4400, and you can see now again that the request has been submitted and that it's sitting there in my dashboard as a pending request. So now I'm going to pretend like I'm the buyer, and I'm going to get this text message. Paul Fincher is requesting confirmation of a temporary agency showing agreement. Please confirm. And again, they'll have 24 hours to confirm. And this is what the buyer's experience is going to look like. It's going to ask for their name. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in. It's going to ask for their email address. I'm going to put that in. And it's going to ask for their phone number. So I'm going to put that in. And then it's going to ask them to confirm that they're good signing electronically. Once they do that, they're going to be taken to this document that, again, is a very, very non-invasive. It's just like a super easy to sign, easy to get out of buyer brokerage agreement. It lasts 14 days, and it checks all the boxes for what's required by the NAR settlement, and it's modeled really completely after the non-exclusive GAR form. So I'm going to click to sign as the buyer, and I'm going to get a option here, which is really cool, as the buyer to actually download that document if I want it for my records. And then you can see at the bottom there that the brokerage name that I put in, Coldwell Banker KPDD, is listed. So now the buyer has confirmed agency status for this showing. I can get out of that, and I'm going to put myself back into the buying agent's or the buyer's agent's shoes here. I'm going to go into my confirm app. It's still pending. Again, I'm just going to swipe it here a couple times, and it'll refresh, and now it's been confirmed. Now, here's the really cool thing. I got a text message as the buying agent that actually sent me a copy of that agreement. But if I lose that, can't find it, I can just click on the title here, which has now been changed to the buyer's name. And right there in the middle of the screen, there's a link to the agreement. If I click on it, it will actually download a PDF of that. And you can navigate to this on your computer also, put it in .loop, do whatever you want to do. So those are essentially the two things that you'll need to do or that you can do within the app. And then up here in the account setting, I will show you that there is an option within the account to change your data and details here. And then the last thing is you will have an option here in the account sometime between now and September 1st to sign up. If you want to continue to use this after September 1st, we're just going to charge $20 a month, and you'll have a recurring option there. And then if you want to cancel, or if you have any issues with the app itself, you can email tech@kpdd.com. Obviously, if you have any questions about just how this should work in your business or legal questions, we would want you to just direct those to your broker. Hope that's helpful, and we hope this just helps you do your business more easily.